as those of us that are older, and I mean, I'm talking people in their 80s and 70s and 60s that still hold on to those disgusting beliefs of inequality. They're going to die soon. And this sounds really shitty, but our country will be better for it. I dare say that this news might be the biggest news in the NFL, maybe in sports, in a decade. Carl Nassib, if you didn't hear, Carl Nassib, current, what does he play? D lineman, linebacker? I forgot. What is he? He is a defensive end, D lineman. Carl Nassib, the gentleman on your screen, made an announcement over the weekend, maybe yesterday, in fact. Yeah, it was Monday. That, well, you know what? I got it for you. So let's just start with his announcement, and then we shall discuss. Check this out.
What's up, people? I'm Carl Nassib. I'm at my house here in Westchester, Pennsylvania. Just want to take a quick moment to say that I'm gay. I've been meaning to do this for a while now, but I finally feel comfortable enough to get it off my chest. I really have the best life. I got the best family, friends, and job a guy could ask for. I'm a pretty private person, so I hope you guys know that I'm really not doing this for attention. I just think that representation and visibility are so important. I actually hope that like one day videos like this and the whole coming out process are just not necessary. But until then, I'm going to do my best and do my part to cultivate a culture that's accepting, that's compassionate. And I'm going to start by donating $100,000 to the Trevor Project. They're an incredible organization. They're the #1 suicide prevention service for LGBTQ youth in America. And they're truly doing incredible things. And I'm very excited to be a part of it, to help in any way that I can. And I'm really pumped to see what the future holds. That's all I have for you guys. I hope you have a great day. Work hard. What's up, people? I'm Carl now.
Yeah, so that was his message yesterday. And this is pretty big news, right? Like, and I'm not speaking, I'm not trying to overblow this like, hey, this is the biggest news in a decade. Because here's the thing. First of all, it's a sad statement on the current state of this country that someone's sexuality is such a big deal to people that this is necessary. I mean, just in my opinion. I mean, the fact that we have to, could you imagine if you had to come out as a Christian? Just think about that for a second. For those of you that are like, why the fuck do we have to listen to this? Why does he have to come out? Because he's been persecuted. The LGBTQ community has been persecuted in this country. Many people call it a sin for them for their sexuality to exist. I mean, like, this is the state that we're in, is that he has to come forward and say, hey, just so we're clear, when it comes to my private life and what I do in my own bedroom, I have to tell you guys I'm gay, because I need people that are also gay to understand there's representation for them all around the world, and that it's normal and that it's okay. So this dude has to come out and do this because we have, as a society, made it so that it doesn't seem okay. A lot of people have, not all of us. But I just want to say, for those of you that maybe look at this and go, why do we have to hear this? Why does he have to come out and say this? There are places in the world where you have to come out as a Christian in Muslim countries. There are places in the world where you have to come out as another religion. There are places in the world, like the U.S., that you're still looked at differently because of your sexuality, because of your sexual preference. So when I say it's a big deal that he did this, when you think about what the NFL is, it's a man's sport. It's a man's game. Manly, man. Big, tall, strong, tough guys. Oh, America, man. And you have a dude who is comfortable enough with himself and willing to come out and let people know, let other football players know, let other boys and men know that it is okay to play a man's sport and be proud of your sexuality. That's what this is about. That is a really big deal. And I think that a lot of people have come out and said, man, I cannot wait until the day when this doesn't matter. And I wanted to say this very clearly. It's not that your sexuality doesn't matter. It just shouldn't matter to anybody else. Those of us that don't give a shit, it's the right mentality. Like, I don't care if he's gay or not. That's his choice, his preference. If I'm an Oakland Raiders fan, all I care about is he a good football player. What he does in his bedroom isn't my business, and I don't give a shit. I'm not judging that man because of who he loves or what he loves. But not everybody's there yet, and that's why this is important. And that's why this is such a big story. And there are going to be a lot of people. They're going to unfollow me. They're going to stop. I'll never watch the NFL again. And eventually those people will die and go away. And this country will slowly progress towards equality, towards a time when differences don't fucking matter. What matters is how he plays on the field. The rest of it is none of your fucking business. But I applaud him because he felt like, listen, I want to come out and say this not just for me, but I want to come out and say this for people that need to hear this, because there are a lot of people that needed to hear that. So I was stunned in a wonderfully happy way that he did this, because I thought, that's the last. All right, so we've seen that. I mean, I don't think we've really seen it in baseball. We had in basketball. Michael Sam came out pre-draft, but he never made a team. And I think even when you think about sports, let's be honest, when you rate the sports, when you rate football versus baseball versus basketball versus any other sport, football is considered the manliest of sports. It's just, it's testosterone and muscles and, So for a man to be openly gay in a sport played by, dominated by, and watched by manly men, it's a pretty big deal. So the progress that this country makes over the years, we started off as a slave nation. We started off as a nation built on slavery. And if you would have talked to people in the 1700s or the 1800s, they would have told you, I don't think this is going to change. I don't think this will ever change. But things do change. And what it takes younger generations with a different mentality than the mentality of the people that are currently running this country, that are currently have a voice. But these younger generations are so much more accepting of each other, are so much more accepting of race and religion and sexual preference. As those of us that are older, and I mean, I'm talking people in their 80s and 70s and 60s that still hold on to those disgusting beliefs of inequality. They're going to die soon. And this sounds really shitty, but our country will be better for it. That is just a fact, ladies and gentlemen. You can say that's fucking mean. You can say that is wrong. But all of these people that look at folks who are in the LGBTQ plus community of a different race or of a different religion and think that those people are inferior, those people will be dying off and going away. And newer generations that don't believe that will be coming behind them. And that will make this country so much better. And we will continue to evolve as a country. Because I promise you, there's always going to be people that are persecuted. There's always going to be people that are different. And there's always going to be people that you don't like for whatever reason, or somebody doesn't like for whatever reason. But in general, as our country evolves, these things don't become an issue. And I get it. I get it. Some of you maybe aren't fully comfortable with this. I just want you to ask yourself, think about why he has to do this. Think about that. I'm not telling you to be okay with it. I'm not asking you to change your beliefs. You believe what you believe. I'm not going to judge you for that. I mean, I may disagree with you. I'm personally proud of the guy. I'm also sad for the guy. And I'm sad for every other member of the LGBTQ plus community that feels like this has to be a thing. Again, I'll go back. Could you imagine if you had to come out as straight? Could you imagine if you had to come out as a Christian? Could you imagine if you had to come out as whatever? I mean, if this had to be a thing, that's why this is so significant in sports. Daddy's making a YouTube video!